Hey guys, A Million Card Tricks here. Before I do anything, I just want to thank Steve's World TV for featuring me on his YouTube channel. It really means a lot and I appreciate being featured on here. Today I'm going to be showing you guys a pretty cool sort of intermediate advanced level trick. It's really cool and I really hope you guys enjoy it. So here's the performance right now. Alright guys, so here's the performance for this trick. So to begin, we are going to mix up the cards just like this, and you guys can actually see here the entire deck. I can show you. All of the cards here are completely random and completely different, and they're all completely shuffled. And this can also be a completely borrowed deck from the spectator. It doesn't even have to be the magician's deck. So anyways, we're actually going to have the spectator just name any card here that they see that they really like. So let's say they go ahead and they name the King of Hearts, just for no apparent reason, but they really like the King of Hearts. So I say, perfect. Please go ahead and just remember that card. You could have literally named any card that you wanted, but you named the King of Hearts. So now we're going to cut the deck in half, and we're going to actually have the spectator riffle shuffle the cards, because I want them to know that the cards are extremely shuffled. So I would go ahead and display the cards just like this, showing them that the cards really are getting mixed together. I would have them, push the cards together and everything, just so that they can get a nice visual that the cards are all getting mixed together. So I can really show you here, your card is like not on the top, it's not the three of spades, it really is somewhere here in the center of the pack. So what we're going to do now is we're actually going to try a little bit of an experiment. So first you can see the box here, completely empty, nothing inside of it. All that we're going to do is we're going to isolate the deck inside of the box. We're just going to place all the cards in there and seal it up just like this, if I can get the lid closed. So you guys can see here, I can actually show you both sides of the box. You can see the lid is completely closed on both sides, and we're going to try something now. I'm going to see if I can make your card melt through the entire deck and out the box. The King of Hearts, through the sealed deck, comes right out of the box, and you can see all of the cards here are completely examinable. The box is examinable, everything completely awesome. So that was the performance of the trick, and now for the tutorial. Alright guys, so here's the tutorial for the trick that you just saw. So all you're going to need for this trick is just the deck of cards and the card case. That is it. So when you have the spectator, you're going to go up to them and you can have them shuffle the deck. It's a completely impromptu trick. So they can mix up the cards as much as they want, just like this. And then this is how I controlled the card in the performance. So basically what you're going to be doing is you're going to be having them select any card, let's say in this case the King of Hearts again. And whatever you do, they can sign it, whatever. You're going to have to control the card back to the top of the deck so that the card is now on the top. There are many ways of doing this, but I will show you the exact way that I did it in the performance. So the King of Hearts was somewhere in the middle of the deck, and when they were done shuffling, they hand the cards back to me. I spread through the cards, and they can name any card in the deck. And let's just choose a different card in this case, because it really is a free choice. Let's do the Six of Hearts in this case. I did a sleight of hand move, which is called a cull. So I culled the card to the top. All that is I'm basically spreading the card off here, and I'm actually taking my fingers and I'm sliding that card back, just like this, until it actually goes underneath the spread, just like this. And then when I continue spreading the cards, you can see that card is actually going underneath all the other cards, just like this. And when I finish spreading all the cards, I just square up the deck, and that card is automatically controlled to the top of the deck. That is really all a cull is. So let's say one more time they just choose a random card. Let's say the Nine of Hearts. We'll go with this one for the rest of the tutorial. Another aspect of culling a card is the card right on top of it. Make sure that the two cards are sort of aligned, just like this. So you're going to pull the card on top of their selection with your thumb, and then your fingers are going to do the other part and pull the selection underneath. And when you do that, now the card is underneath the spread here, just like this, and you can spread through all the other cards, and the card is hidden underneath the spread. When you square up the cards just like this, you kind of gesture with your hands, say, you could have named any card, and the card is now lost somewhere in the deck, but the card is now on top of the deck. If you don't like the cull, there are many other ways to control a card, like double undercuts, anything really. You just want to do any way you want to control a card to the top of the deck. So once the card is on top, I did this in the performance. So I had the spectator riffle shuffle a deck. Now this is kind of interesting. The spectator really does riffle shuffle the deck. It's just that the card will always remain on top, even if they shuffle it into the middle. And I'll show you what I mean. So they're going to go ahead and shuffle the two halves together. You're just going to cut roughly half the deck on the table, and then they're going to riffle shuffle the cards together. Now there are two options that can happen. One is that the card ends up on top, just like this, and that would be perfect, because then you don't have to do any dirty work. You just do this, spread the cards out, and then have the cards be pushed together, and then you're done because the card is still on top of the deck. So that's perfect. But there is the other option, or the other alternative, where the spectator riffle shuffles the cards just like this, and the card gets, mixed into the middle, and it's not on top anymore. Well, this is what you do. It's all in the move of spreading those cards out for the visual of, so that they can see them being shuffled together. What you do is you bring the cards back for a little bit. When you bring the cards back, you're going to take just the top couple of cards of, the other half, the half that has their selection, and you're going to sort of strip them out and put them on top. That's all you do. You just take them out, strip them out, put them on top, and then you come forward again and spread out the cards. And that's a really nice misdirection. They will not notice you doing this because all the attention is focused on these cards. So when you spread out the cards, they see, ooh, pretty shuffled cards. They're not going to notice that you took their card and put it back on top. So now when you push the cards together, their card will remain on top. That is just a really cool little shuffle thing that I like to do a lot. So now that their card is on top, you can square up the deck, and this is just something I did in the performance. I wouldn't really do this in real life, but it's a way of showing, oh, your card's not on the top, it really is somewhere in the middle. It's a little bit of an advanced move, but I'm essentially taking, instead of one single card off the top, I'm taking two cards, a double lift basically, from the table. So if you guys know how to do a double lift, you will understand how this move works, but I'm essentially riffling from the back of the deck with my thumb until I feel two cards here, and my fingers are putting pressure on the top. And when I do that, I can feel two cards. So I lift up two cards, I show King of Hearts very briefly. The cards don't have to be perfectly square, but they should be square enough so that it looks like one card. Then you're going to put the cards back, and then spread the cards out again, saying that your card, the Nine of Hearts, is somewhere lost in the deck. So now that their card is now controlled at the top, you're going to flip the cards over face up, and you're going to introduce the box. So the box is going to be opened here, and make sure that the flap is like facing down. Make sure that it's the front side facing up of the box. Do what's called a pinky pull down on this top card here, or the bottom card in this case, or their selection. You're going to do a pinky pull down on their selection here, and you're going to lift up the flap of the box, and when you place the cards inside the box, every single card is going to go in there except for their card. Their card is going to go underneath the box. So it looks something like this. So all the cards go in, as you can see here, but one of the cards is being held behind the box. It's very simple because of that pinky pull down. You're just separating it from the rest. So you put all the cards in there, you slide your hand down, close it up, and now that card is right here behind everything. Now you're just going to close the flap up the best you can, because you're not really going to be able to do this without looking at the front. But once the flap is closed, I do this little extra move. This is not necessary. This is only if you're like an advanced magician. But I do another pinky pull down on the card, and I put the card into a gambler's cop position just like this. And when I do that, I can move the box forward in front of that card and then flip over the entire box, showing the other side of the box, subconsciously showing the spectator that there is no other card, outside of the box. So that's just a nice little subconscious touch. So one more time, all that I'm doing is I'm just getting a pinky pull down. I'm sliding that card back into gambler's cop position, which looks something like this. And then I'm going to move the entire box forward in front of their card, so it actually clears their card. And then once it clears their card, you can start to flip over the box, and then you just put it back flush on top of the card, and then you can move everything back into a normal mechanics grip. And that just subconsciously, once again, shows that there's no cards outside of the box. Once you're in this position, you're just going to grab the box and the card just like this with your fingers, and then all you're going to do is say that you're going to try and make the card melt. And when you say melt, you're going to snap your fingers, and the card is going to slowly melt, and then to make it fall through, you just release pressure with your thumb and middle finger just like this, and the card will fall onto the table. Or you can have the spectator cup their hand like this. That would be really cool as well. So they can cup their hands together, you say, boom, watch the card melt right through, and then the card will melt through the box. You flip over the cards, you take the cards out of the box, they can examine everything at this point. The entire trick is done. Alright guys, so that was the tutorial for the trick. I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel, A Million Card Tricks, but don't forget to show Steve's World TV some love as well, because he deserves way more subscribers. So anyways guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the trick, and peace out.